Hi, everybody. How are we doing today? Okay, sorry. Okay, so our next lesson is on congruent triangles. And just remember, congruent means they are the same. They are identical. Everything about them is the exact same. So their side lengths are the same. Their angle measures are the same. They are identical, right? They are congruent. Oh boy, that doesn't look right. Okay, here we go. So congruent triangles are triangles with the same shape and size. This means all corresponding parts, sides, and angles are congruent. So like I said, everything about them are the same. So when we have two congruent triangles, we can write a congruency statement, which is this thing right here, folks. That's a congruency statement. So that says triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF. Now, this part is important here. For a congruency statement, all their matching pieces have to be in the same spot. So do you guys see how angle A has one archy mark and angle D has one archy mark? So that's why they are first. They correspond. B has two archy marks, and so does E. So do you guys see how they're the second one? And then so on for C. C and F match so that they're in the same spots. And you can jumble these up. So like the order of the first one doesn't matter as long as your second one matches, okay? So you could have had triangle CAB as long as you matched it over here. So what matches C, F, what matches A, D, and then E. Does that make sense? We can talk about that more tomorrow when I see you. We will use CPCTC throughout the chapter, and what does that mean? It's corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. So if we know that two triangles are congruent, then we know that every pair of corresponding parts are also congruent. Meaning we'll use this in our proofs. Yes, we're doing proofs again. It'll be just fine. So if we can show that two triangles are congruent, then we can show their matching pieces are also congruent. Just kind of put a star by this. We won't use it so much today, but it will come in play later on, okay? Questions that's not in your notes, but what can we conclude about the angles A and D? So if we look, I'm asking you this. What do we know about these two angles? Well, I'm hoping you're thinking that they'd both be, let's see here. So if we did 180 and subtracted 117 and 136, what do we get? We get 27. Likely, we would do the same thing over here and get also 27. How did you think of that? Well, C matched F and B matched E, so by just kind of common logic, you can probably deduce that A and D are equal. We actually have a name for that, and it is the third angle theorem. So if two angles of one triangle are congruent to two angles of a second triangle, then that third missing angle of both triangles are congruent. Okay, I know I just threw a lot of vocab at you and a lot of new kind of information, but now it gets much easier, okay? So it says, list all congruent angles and sides given the congruency statement. It says triangle JKL is congruent to triangle PQR. So if you want to draw a picture, you sure could. JKL, triangle PQR. You could use a picture like this, but to me, I'm just going to use my little roadmap, my key. It's already telling you what things are equal. So I'm going to have three pairs of congruent angles. Okay, so I wrote out JKL. Now if I look here, J is in the first spot, so that has to match P. So angle J and P are congruent. And I look at K, it's my second letter. What's in my second position on this one? Q. So angle K and angle Q are the same. And similarly, angle L is congruent to angle R. Now your sides, it's going to be two letters, right? So if I do JK, the first two letters, that has to match the first two letters of this one, so PQ. And then if we go to the next two, I would have KL is congruent to QR. And then lastly, JL is congruent to PR. And again, you guys, you can use a picture, but honestly, just use your little key up here, and it will tell you what goes with what. Now they want us to write another valid congruency statement, so just jumble up your letters of the first one. So let's do KJL. And now we just match. What matches K? Well, Q matches K. What matches J? P, L, and R. Beautiful. Okay. We will do these in class. We just kind of wanted to get a little overview of congruent triangles, and we did that. Thank you for watching, and we will finish notes when I see you. Okay, goodbye.